I'm still trying to process everything that happened, but I'll try to tell you the story from the beginning, because if I don't get this out, I'm not sure I'll ever be able to sleep again. So, it started a few weeks ago, when my friends and I decided to sneak into this abandoned asylum on the outskirts of town. We'd heard the rumors, of course, about the place being haunted, but we didn't believe any of it, or at least, I didn't. We snuck in through a broken window, and at first, it was just a bunch of old, dusty rooms, but then we stumbled upon this area that looked like it hadn't been touched in decades. It was like time just froze. We started exploring, and that's when we found the cameras, old VHS cameras, just lying around, so we decided to pick them up and start filming. For kicks. We were just messing around, trying to scare each other, but then we started to feel like we were being watched. At first, it was just little things, like a door creaking open, or a faint noise in the distance, but then we started to capture some really weird stuff on camera, like, I remember this one time, we were filming in this long corridor, and suddenly, the camera just shuts off, and when we turned it back on, there was this figure, just standing there, in the distance. It was so faint, but it was definitely something. We didn't think much of it at first, but then we started to review the footage, and that's when we noticed something really creepy. The figure, it was moving, but not like a person, it was more like it was gliding, or something, and it was always just out of focus. We couldn't make out any features, but it was definitely watching us. We tried to brush it off, but the more we filmed, the more we started to feel like we were being herded, or led somewhere, and then, we found this room, deep in the basement, with all these old medical equipment, and these patient records. It was like the hospital just abandoned all their patients, and left them to rot. We were going through the records, and that's when we found this one patient, a girl, who had been subjected to all these inhumane experiments, and then, we heard the noise. It was like a low whisper, but it was everywhere, and it was saying the girl's name, over and over. We tried to leave, but the doors were locked, and then, the cameras just started filming on their own. We were trying to get out, but the footage just keeps going, and I don't know, it's like the cameras were possessed or something. The last thing I remember is seeing myself, on the camera, and I was not myself, I was different, and then everything goes black. When I came to, I was outside, and the others were gone. The police found me, but they never found my friends, and the cameras were still filming, and when they reviewed the footage, they found something that I don't think I'll ever be able to forget. The footage just cuts to this shot of the patient's room, and there's this figure just sitting on the bed, and it's me, but it's not me. It's like I'm the patient now, and the experiments, they're still going on, and the whispering, it's still there, saying the girl's name, over and over, and then, the camera just zooms in, on my face, and I'm not sure what's real, and what's not, but I know I'll never be the same again. And that's when the footage just cuts off, and I'm left here, trying to make sense of it all, but I think I'll just be stuck in this nightmare, forever.